What's up, guys? Mr. Fritchie Boy here, and today we're doing a DeckTech on Caesar, Legion's Emperor. This is my aristocrats, a little bit of creature tokens, synergy commander deck. You can build this either as a aristocrat style deck, it's creature tokens, or combat matters, attacking matters kind of deck. Caesar is a 4 mana Mardu, good colors for this theme. 4/4, whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature, and when you do, choose 2. Create 2 1/1 red and white soldiers, creature tokens with haste, tapped and attacking. Great to get more bodies on the board. Draw a card, you lose 1 life. I tend to use that mode a lot. And the final mode you can choose is Caesar deals damage equal to the number of creature tokens you control to target opponent. Great way to just finish games. Alright, for the lands, we got 39 lands, and 2 of those are MDFCs. We got a tricolor land, enters tapped, outpost, command tower. We got our fetch land, got a shock land, need more of those. Got bounce lands to turn on our catch-up ramp. Not too many, though, because we don't run too many catch-up ramp. And we got check lands here for basic lands, lands of types. Fast lands, 2 or more basics, so kind of crappy check lands as your deck gets better. This one checks opponents. We got the snarls. We got some pain lands. So the mana base is filters. Our mana base is pretty good here. I wouldn't say great, though. It could be a little better. And then we got the pathways. I like those a lot. This is one of my favorite lands. It creates bodies for us. And if we sacrifice 5 creatures, it transforms and untaps into a giant demon. This thing is powerful as hell. Great way to close games. You get to transform it more than you would think in this deck. And this is also another utility land that lets us sacrifice creatures to eventually transform it. When he attacks, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures exiled. And he's got a little bit of protection where you can phase him out and he'll come back the next turn, dodge some removal. It's not as powerful as the Westville Abbey, but it's not bad either. We got Phyrexian Tower, a way to sack some bodies for mana, really good in this deck. Of course, our 2 MDFCs. Got Fell the Profane, great removal. We got a body with some removal, or it can be a tap land. And this, I love this land, creates tokens for us. So we got some token creator lands. So another token creator. And one of my favorite lands, which ends up being a pain in the ass a lot of the time because it costs us a lot of life, is Mount Doom. But mostly we're looking for to activate the final mode. You sacrifice a legendary artifact and Mount Doom, and you destroy all but 2 creatures. So keep some of your aristocrat pieces out and ping everyone for a lot of damage, clear the board. It's our secret 9th board wipe. We run 8 board wipes in this deck. And the pinging damage can be relevant to your opponents because some of our guys return on contingency of your opponent taking damage. Board gets clogged up, great way. So that's what I'm saying. There's a few too many basic lands. The lands aren't as fine-tuned as I would like, but it's also most of the time you get your colors pretty good. We got 39 lands. I need to figure out some way to add a 40th land, probably another MDFC. But next up is our ways to ramp. And we got Just Guy's Will, because this is like a high bracket 3, low bracket 4 deck, so we run a few game changers. If you got red in your deck and you want your deck to be pretty competitive, you pretty much always run Just Guy's Will. We got our catch-up ramp. This one is based off attacking, so if we need to sacrifice it to Caesar, works good for that. And this one is really good because it searches for any planes, any land card period. So we can get our Westvale Abbey or anything we want. And that's why we run those bounce lands. But that's it for Catch-Up Ramp. Smothering Tide. Amazing way to just snowball mana. The thing with Commander is you want ways to just get mana at mass, not just one extra mana here and there. At some point, you want to be able to just get tons of mana at once, because Commander is a game of resources. This is just generic ramp, doesn't really fit with the theme, but we're not running green, so we don't have as many options. So those are kind of the basic ones. Love sort of the Aminus. It kind of fits with our attacking theme, so that's nice. It's a legendary artifact, so we can sacrifice it to Mount Doom, which is a huge plus. And it's just great to just get a land on attack. 4 quick to get a mana. Yeah, this card's super good. Solemn. So these are our ramp options that fit with our sacrifice theme. Sad Robot. He is 4, get a basic land, dies, you draw a card. So good for sacrificing later, and it ramps us in the short term. This one generates bodies if we're behind, and it lets us search for lands if we're behind. So it's also a little bit of catch-up ramp as well. And it catches us up on creatures, so lots of value. This is a payoff for killing things. We get treasures. This is a way to kind of combo, or if you just need a way to kill all your creatures and ping everyone. Very nice. Good ramp. Black Market. It's another card that snowballs with mana. Starts slow, 5. It's kind of clunky, but after 2 or 3 turns, holy crap, you're just getting a huge burst of mana on your first main phase. Great ramp, especially for aristocrats deck. Ways to draw cards. So a fucking 1 ring. We just opened this in the Lord of the Rings pack I just posted. So I knew instantly where this was going. It was going to my deck with my Mount Doom in it. So great ways to mass card draw. That's important in Commander as well. Just overwhelm your opponents with card advantage and resources. You're sure to win. And this is the best way to draw on Commander pretty much. And it's some protection, but I play it for the mass card draw. It builds, it snowballs. But yeah, the protection's nice as well. Super good, makes sense. So big thing with when you're building Commander deck is you want card draw versus ramp. You want a good portion of both, but if your average mana cost for your deck is lower, then you tend to want more card draw than ramp. And if the reverse is true, you have high casting cards, you want more ramp than card draw. So this deck is kind of in the middle. All our things cost our CMC is 2.9, so it's kind of higher. So we want a little more ramp, but we also don't want to slouch on that card draw. So this is a great sacrifice outlet, and it can draw us a card when we kill stuff, and removes. You know him, you love him. He is an all-star. We got Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. Great way to ping some people, pay off for killing things, and it draws us cards. So that's great. Skull Clamp, we generate a lot of 1/1 bodies, so transform those into card draw. Great. Great way to activate our sacrifice outlets to ping people and get triggers. This lets us draw when our stuff dies once each turn. This guy's great. He's card draw and he generates bodies for us. So, pretty damn good. Archon of Cruelty. Great way to draw, hurt some people, removal. Just definitely a late game bomb in the deck. Demonic Tutor. I count as card draw because I get to draw up the best card of my whole deck, Insane. And last, we got Vampiric Rites. It's a 1 cost enchantment. Pay 2, sack creature. You gain a little life, draw a card. Great card draw. Good early game. And sometimes you're not quite set up enough to be triggering Caesar. He costs too much mana cost, so great outlet to be drawing. Graveyard Hate, Recursion, Graveyard Recursion, and we got ways to protect our board. So Ghost Vacuum, it's an all-star for hating on graveyards, great early play. And late game, you can get a ton of bodies, which is much needed in this deck because we're trying to get a lot of tokens. And this makes a lot of 1/1 spirits, so very nice. Witch of the Moors, 5-drop. It lets us recur something from our graveyard to our hand and clears out your opponent. This card I've gone back and forth a lot on keeping it in the deck. It's a little slow, and we don't have the most amount of life gain, but we do have enough so it can activate most turns. Yeah, I'm on the fence about it, though. The recursion is good, and taking out opponent stuff's nice, but, you know, we might be cut in the future. This is just a great way you get some bodies to sacrifice to Caesar. Sometimes you just gotta be down and dirty and recurring stuff, so this is nice. Rise of the Dark Realms, another late game bomb in this, where when we start getting tons of mana from Black Market and other stuff, you know, you need something to drop all that mana into, and this is super great in the late game. It's hard not to win after doing this or the following turn. Powerful. Reanimate, we're in black, might as well, powerful as hell. And it's anyone's graveyard, which always was. Even, this card's already busted, but that just makes it to the frickin' stars level. Selfless Spirit, great sacrifice, great creature sacrifice, and protects our board. Flare of Fortitude is definitely a budget card. If you're tweaking this deck, upgrading it, you know, upgrade the lands, and I would definitely replace this with like a clever concealment. If you really want to get fancy, a TU Pro. Alright, one of my favorite parts of almost every deck, because I'm a control player a little bit, is the removal. So we run 8 board wipes, 9 including the Mount Doom. It doesn't happen too much. But a lot of our board wipes clear the board, and if we put a lot of mana into it, also get us a lot of bodies. So this one wipes if we pay enough. Otherwise, it just creates bodies. So that's great. We need ways to do that. Same here. This one gains us life. And if we do enough, we board wipe. Also gets us some really strong creatures. Ruinous Ultimatum. We're in the colors for it. We love board wipes. Board wipes are great in an aristocrats deck because you still get all those death triggers. So we're going to be hurting a lot of people. And a lot of decks do, you know, more powerful things. We just do more valuable things that add up, you know? So wiping the board benefits us more than a lot of decks. Another single removal or board wipe. This is specifically a sacrifice one, so that's great. Can cost as little as 1. Super good. Farewell. Busted as hell. Toxic Deluge. Just another good all-star board wipe. And this is a reward for sacrificing, killing our stuff. And it's super strong removal, you know? So this is powerful. 6/6 Demon that also just kills all non-demons. This card, every time I've played it, is so good. I think it's an underrated commander all-star. Love a Reaper from the Abyss. This card is so good. Chainsaw takes out a creature on entrance, 3 damage. That kills out a lot more creatures than you'd think. A lot of broken creatures only take 3 damage to kill, and they have crazy abilities, so this is great. And even if it doesn't, it's still going to get you value late game by giving you a good creature attack with. So this is very good, underrated as hell. Meat Hook Massacre in this dope-ass retro border foil. Love this card. Great reward for when things die, when our opponent's stuff dies, and it kills things with indestructible. Love -X. What binds it together. Creatures that reoccur, that they have more than one life, we can keep bringing back to keep sacrificing to Caesar or other things to get value, or things that generate bodies. Alright, this one is busted. 9 lives familiar. It's a cat with 8 revive counters. Each time it dies, it comes back with 1 less revive counter. Only thing that sucks is it's a delayed trigger, so you can't just spam the 9 lives in a row, but still ends up getting a lot of value. So this is a great reoccurring creature. We got a lot of 1-drops that are great at reoccurring later, so you can kill them early, not worry about it, and you will be bringing them back later. Keep killing. Got another one, Haunt of the Dead Marshes. This is one of the best ones that do that. And a lot of them, too, go off with just attacking, or if things die or damages out. This is another one that's just great for when it dies, we can recur it later. Great early. I do think, though, this deck needs, like, one more creature that can reoccur like that. So, Undead Sprinter is like a Gravecrawler for non-zombie decks. So, I'd run Gravecrawler if I had more zombies. I don't have enough to justify it. So, this is the next best option, and it has haste, so that's really effective. This guy is a little clunky, kind of like the 9 lives, but he combos with our commander. If Caesar is out, we can always bring him back. So, great reoccurring guy. This one's a little slow reoccurring for a 1-drop, but still gets the job done. Gary Clone. It's really funny for a late game mana sink. Can be a bomb. It's nice that scales with our snowballing mana, but it's pretty decent. Creates extra bodies. Can be lethal. Tempt with Vengeance. Even if no one does it with us, we're still generating a lot of bodies, a lot of tokens. Great for the deck. And if any opponent does it with us, oh my lord, we're swimming in fodder for Caesar. Great reward for our stuff dying, and we get a body to come back with it. We get another token. Love this card. It's great for just getting a ton of creatures out quickly, and we can do it again later. That's great. This one, a lot of the power comes from it being an instant, but love these X drops that scale. That just get us more and more creatures. Fortunately, this one doesn't wipe the board, but I'll take it being an instant. That makes it worth. This guy, if we get our max speed, so, you know, this was probably a cuttable card once you really tweak the deck to most optimize. But it's still very good. It's an outlet for killing our stuff. And if we get our speed maxed out, so we deal damage for 3-4 turns after he comes out, we start getting bodies when our shit dies. So, very nice. Does a lot of things. This is a reward for our stuff dying, and it gets a body, so very nice. And to round this deck out, we got just cards that are just pure rewards for our stuff dying. I mean, we got those sprinkled throughout the whole deck, but just a couple dedicated cards, that's always nice. Cruel Settlement, gain some life, hurt some people. This one's doubling up, and, you know, for quite a while in the first half of the game, early half of the game, we're only having 1 or 2 things die anyway, so this is really effective. 2 damage at a time, limited once per turn. Insane, this card, when I first saw it, I thought it was so busted. It's such a strong creature. And just such a good reward for a shit dying. Pinging stuff, gain life. You know this guy, Blood Witch, insane. Just 1, 2-drop, great. This is a late game bomb for winning. It builds counters on itself whenever any creature dies, so it gets pretty crazy. And if someone happens to tutor, they just take a huge chunk of life. So, more optimized decks against other pretty optimized decks, other bracket 4s, high 3s. No one's going to be searching for shit because that's a lot of damage. And if they have to, you feel good about it. Yeah, this card is phenomenal. This is a great finisher. So that's the deck. I do think it needs 1 more land and one more creature that either generates some bodies with it or it can reoccur from the graveyard easily would be great. But yeah, this deck is very fun. A little pricey. DeckTech, the deck list posted in the description. I'm tweaking and editing my deck, so if anything changes in the future, check that deck list and you'll see the new modifications. But yeah, that's Caesar. Let me know what you think of this deck. It's actually really good. It's one of my best decks, I'd say. Ciao for now.